Hey YouTube. So yes, I'm in my car again and I am leaving work. So I'm recording. Hopefully I have enough room on my phone, enough space to make this recording because I need to delete some stuff. I have so much. You'd be amazed how much I have on there. Sorry for the glare. Again, it's that time in the afternoon. I'll try to, I don't even know how that glares. Oh, there it is. I'll try to block the glare if I can. So anyways, I just want to talk today about this state that public schools are in. I mean, I can't speak for private schools because my kids are in public school. But the state of just the bullying, the level of bullying and how out of control bullying is. And it's just like what it says about our society that kids just bully, and the bare minimum's done. I mean, we're always told, since I don't know when, the whole thing about you can't even like grab a kid, and say, hey, stop that. Or the kid can say, oh, abuse, and, you're in jeopardy. Your butt's on the line for CPS. You got to lose your teacher's credentials or your license or whatever based off of you grabbed a kid a little too roughly or you grabbed him by their shirt or whatever. But a child can blatantly abuse another child and the bare minimum's done. Bare minimum is done. It's just really sad and tragic because bullying is so out of control. And I know because I went on to website because, I've tried transferring schools with my kids. I've even one child I pulled out and homeschooled because it got to the point where, they're defending themselves, but yet they were constantly in trouble, and sometimes they're just in the mix. There's peer pressure, like if you don't do or say nothing, then you're the next victim. If you don't pick a side, then you're the next victim. So, it's just really bad. And I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but please comment and let me know. Try and block out some sun there. But so anyways, I went online and looked at all these schools in the neighborhood. And, I looked at school reviews. And honestly, the majority of reviews that were negative were about bullying. They were about, bullying and how it's out of control. And bullying is occurring and nothing's being done. And I had to take my child to another school because of bullying. I've had several incidents at my kids' school, now the school's out, with them being bullied. And I mean, not just bullied. I'm not going to even call it bullying. I'm going to call it what it is. Straight out abuse. They are abused by other children. They are victims for no reason whatsoever other than you look weak. So today I'm going to come up and just slap you in the face. I'm going to walk by and pull your hair and spit on you. And that's the level I'm talking about. I'm not talking about intimidation. I'm not talking about smack talking. I'm talking about straight up physical violence from one child to another, to a child that's not doing anything. I've had to call the principal, the school district, because the principal didn't get back to me. I've tried to reach the principal, the vice principal. I've called the school district. I've called the parent advisory board and filed complaints in writing. And that's the only way they respond to you is when you start putting stuff in writing, then all of a sudden you get 3 phone calls back in one day when you've been calling, oh, they're out of the office. Oh, she's out on the playground. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Then they want to call me back. Oh, we're investigating. We're waiting on the tapes. We're trying to see what's going on. Yeah, well, you've been investigating for 3 days. And my child has to go to school in fear because you're investigating. You can't take her word for it and the 5 other witnesses that she supplied you with. That's not good enough. That's bull crap. And then this kid gets a little hand on the head. She's just like, oh, well, I'm going to have a good talking with them. I'm like, no, this is the 3rd time that this little boy, mind you, a boy, walked up and slapped my daughter in her face. And I just want to know what kind of parents does he have, that his parents is raising a child that puts his hands on girls. And this is a 12-year-old. This isn't a kindergartner. This isn't a preschooler who doesn't understand. So he must be seeing some domestic violence in his house to bring that stuff to school and decide it's okay for him to slap girls. And I don't want to hear that, oh, maybe he has a crush on her, because that's bull crap too. He's a rude individual is what he is. So after I informed her that this is the third time he slapped her, and I've been waiting for them to call me back, she goes, oh, well, since it was more than one offense, then we'll charge him with bullying, which means he will get a full day of suspension. So he gets 1 day to sit home and play video games? That's his reward? That's what happens? Well, we'll bring it up at our next assembly, and we will discuss with the children. Oh, whatever. I'm so fed up with all the bullying that goes on. I mean, I just don't understand what our society is coming to, where physical violence is accepted and okay. Physical violence seems to be admired amongst their peers. Like, oh, you're a badass because you're not scared to physically hurt someone. So you're not teaching your child other means of communication, other methods of conflict resolution. So what's going to happen when they get out in society and they need to resolve conflict? I mean, this is what we're coming to. Our world's going to come to people constantly fighting, violence. I mean, and it's all about fame. It's all about 5 minutes of whatever. I'm gonna give another quick example. I had one child that was threatening my child through social media. This is a 14-year-old threatening my child through social media, and I went to the principal. They didn't do anything. They were like, "Oh, well, we'll have the teacher talk to the class about social media and bullying and how serious this is." I'm like, whatever. I had to call the police, and then the police, they took pictures of the social media things, but nothing still happened to the girl. The girl is point blank threatening people through social media, saying, when you go to the bathroom, we're going to stab you, and all these kind of things. Nothing was done to her. This same little girl got on my child's school bus. She doesn't live in our neighborhood, but got on my child's school bus. No teacher stopped her. The school bus driver didn't stop her. My child told the school bus driver, she's following me. She's trying to fight me. School bus driver didn't say anything. Didn't question the little girl about getting on the bus. Didn't prevent the little girl from getting on the bus. Followed her. When they got to my daughter's stop, the little girl is following her off the bus, telling everybody, get your phones ready, get your phones ready. It's about to go down. Does the school bus driver do anything or say anything? No. He shuts the door and drives off and leaves my child there unattended or unsupervised. Nothing's done. You think anything happened? I had to call the Department of Transportation, the school district. I called the police, and the only reason anything happened is because I personally pressed charges against a child. I personally. And then, oh yeah, she had to do community service, and her parents paid a fine. Oh, and do you think that stopped her? No. This little girl was suspended for 2 days from school, and she came back, and she just started bullying another child. Yeah, she left my child alone, but she started bullying other children. So, and then other kids are like, your mom called the police on her? And I told my daughter, you let them know. You're damn right. My family cares about me. And that's right. They're going to take whatever means necessary to make sure that I'm safe. So anyways, I'm done venting. Sorry about all that fussing. But tell me your comments. Tell me what you think our next step as a community is to shut down this bullying and stop it, so that our kids can go to school and learn and not worry about looking over their shoulder and protecting their back, and safe to get from the school bus to the house without drama. All right, I'll look forward to reading your comments. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.